right, fight fans, UFC 326 is coming in hot. And if you're watching without a little bit of skin in the game, what are we even doing here? DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, is bringing you a little bit closer to the action. Max Holloway is running it back against Charles Oliveira in a highly anticipated rematch. New customers, turn $5 into $200 if your bet wins paid in bonus bets. Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays. This gives you a shot at an even bigger payout. Do you love the thrill of live betting? Because DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player props and in-action fights right as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have a shot at cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Sonnen to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Is Floyd Mayweather broke? This is the headline and all you guys are talking about it. Yeah. Aren't you? Why do you get up every day and go to work? Why are you going to your job next week? Why will you be at your job the week after that? Because you need the money. What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing channel, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who? Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke. He's a gambling addict. He's got baby mamas all over the... What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's broke. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. But it's the fact that they're attempting to tease him. I mean, first off, they're asking the question. Look, I've told you until I'm blue in the face, the numbers that you hear in boxing simply aren't true. Floyd made $1 billion. No, he didn't. Floyd and Conor made $500 million. No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Nobody's ever confirmed that. Literally nobody. It's the same thing with boxing pay-per-view. Whatever boxing pay-per-view is the biggest boxing pay-per-view of all time is just whoever put out the press release and lied more than the person before them. These have never been confirmed by leadership of a publicly traded company who is the one that supplies the pay-per-view. It is illegal for them to lie. You have never heard Time Warner. You've never heard Cox. You've never heard DirecTV. You have never heard an executive come out and confirm any of the absurd pay-per-view numbers that you believe to be true. And it's the same thing with the check. I got $100 million for a fight. Oh, you did? Who signed the check? Whoever signed the check is going to want credit for it. There's never been a time that $1 million check was written and the dude that wrote the check didn't make sure that somebody found out he wrote the check. So who wrote the check? Floyd's got a whole bunch of them, apparently. He got $1 billion. Who wrote the check? And I'm only sharing with you, like, the numbers aren't what you think they are, right? The numbers are good, and they made a lot of money, but it's not what you think it is. And, yeah, of course Floyd's broke. Would you be boxing if you weren't? And it's very tough to be sympathetic to Floyd. So Floyd is arguing that he was robbed by Showtime. That he had a deal that Showtime didn't argue. He's arguing this. And who's making that argument and where that goes? I'm just sharing, like, in public opinion, it's very hard to be sympathetic towards Floyd when Floyd, as a promoter, stiffed Logan Paul. Like, to argue this guy in boxing cheated me and I trusted him, when it's being argued that you, who were the trusted one, cheated another guy. It's very tough. And by the way, there's also headlines out there. Floyd Mayweather owes Logan Paul $1.3 million. No, he doesn't. Just to clear that up, no, he doesn't. Will Logan ever get the money? I think Floyd's broke. Floyd does not owe Logan $1.3 million. Floyd's promotion owes Logan $1.3 million. And no, of course he's not going to get it. That promotion's already shut down. Allegedly, by the way, yes. But I'm just sharing with you, like, no, it's not the same thing. It's an entity. Floyd didn't know what was going on. And Logan's a very smart guy. It's not like he ever would have trusted Floyd to know what's going on, but he trusted Floyd's people, and you do take a level of risk, and, you think you're dealing with an honorable guy. It's one of these things, and Floyd didn't know where the money was. I don't suggest for you that Floyd grabbed the money and ran off and kept it from Logan. Floyd didn't know where the money was. There's very few people that understand the economics of boxing, by the way. It's a very complicated thing. Would you like to explain it to me? You're a big boxing aficionado. Would you like to explain to me the economics of boxing? It's a very confusing thing. Which is one of the reasons that it's very easy for somebody to be skimming. It's a very easy thing to manipulate. So is Floyd broke? Of course Floyd is broke. And the bigger issue here, which somehow is not being discussed, Floyd has 3 fights scheduled. Now, if I'm the promoter of Floyd versus Tyson, for example, which I do not believe is going to happen. I only tell you that because Polymart's taking odds right now. You get 3-1. 3-1 at least 10 days ago. Whether the fight even happens. And I would be on the side that it's not going to happen. But I'll tell you why. Not only is there no hype, no promotion, no media arm, and really no interest in that fight. Now, in all fairness, if that fight was going on right now, I would stop what I was doing and watch it. But I'm just sharing for you. Not only is there no momentum behind this fight, if I am the promoter and I do book that fight and Floyd comes out and announces a fight prior to that, which he did, Manny Pacquiao, our deal is now off. And not only did he come in and do that, which is a very underhanded, in the world of boxing, that is a very underhanded thing to do. And as a promoter and somebody that's in the space and is trying to turn a dollar, Floyd would not allow somebody to do that in his promotion. Right? Which is very much the same scenario that he finds himself with Showtime. He's arguing that Showtime did something to him that Jake Paul is arguing Floyd did to him. Floyd would not book a fight and then allow one of those principals to then announce a fight prior to that. Now, Floyd bookended it. He not only did one prior to the Tyson fight, he booked one after the Tyson fight. And again, that is very underhanded. That is not within the spirit of boxing, within the spirit of the contract, or within the spirit of the tradition. There's something, a legal term, known as standard of the industry. That would be against the standard of the industry. I do not believe that those other 2 fights are going to happen. I think that we're first going to have to get to the Pacquiao fight, and then a promoter might make a decision. But how badly would Mike Tyson want to beat a guy, or even fight a guy, or even risk whatever could happen if the guy gets beat up by Manny Pacquiao, right? It creates a tough situation. I felt like that was the bigger story. But is Floyd broke? What a stupid question. Are you a stupid person? Of course he's broke. He's a boxer that allegedly doesn't know how to read.